Hi guys, Mr. Matt here. I'm going to do what's going to be the last art project of 2020. I'm going to get away from the Christmas theme here, and we're going to do a how to draw a Baby Yoda project. I'm sure you guys know about Baby Yoda. Mandalorian on Disney Plus is very popular, as well as the toys that go along with it. There's a lot of Baby Yoda dolls out there. I know my nieces already have different size Baby Yodas in their house. So I think it's going to make a cool drawing. It's really simple. It's just marker on paper. I'm using Art for Kids Hub again, but I included a lot of other examples of Baby Yoda in the Word doc if you want to draw a different one. But anyway, you guys hang in there. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope to see you in person in January 2021. Okay, I'm going to stop this, change views, and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I'm just going to go right to the black marker, but you guys can start in pencil if you're worried about making mistakes. You can erase marker. But the way they start this out, just to work on Baby Yoda's head first, is just with a simple, almost like a V shape. So I'm going to draw this kind of a diagonal line that comes down, maybe does a little bit of a curve and stops. And the other side is going to go up like that. And I'm going to stop right there. And then we need a line that's going to be like a dome that's going to connect the two ends of our kind of flat V. So I'm going to go up, curve, and curve back down and connect right there. That's going to be the top of Baby Yoda's head. Now, the next thing are his eyes. And Baby Yoda's eyes are really, really big. So we need these two big circles that are going to touch both sides of our flat V. So I'm going to start on this side and do big circle, connect it to that line, and then the same thing over here. There, that's good. I'm going to try to make this one a little bit bigger. Like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put smaller circles inside of those, and these are going to end up being the reflections. So these circles we're going to leave white, and we're going to color in the rest of the eye. That's pretty good. Okay, so now we put in his nose, and Baby Yoda has a very, very little nose. So down in here, we're just going to do a little curved line like that, like a little U. And then we're going to do the top part. Top part's going to stick up a little bit higher and come back down. And that's going to make his tiny little nose. The next thing that we do are his ears. Baby Yoda has really, really big ears. So I'm going to start on the side of his head. I'm going to do a line that goes diagonal out, almost to the edge of the page, curve up a little bit, and stop. Then it's going to curve down, back in, and connect into the edge of our flat V there. And then the same thing on the other side. So this line's going to come out, curve up a little at the end, and then curve down and back into that line there. Now we pretty much have his head. He has like stubble on the top of his head, so we're just going to make a few of these lines here to show that. And there, we're pretty much done with Baby Yoda's head. So I'm going to stop this, and we'll start to work on his body. Okay, so I got the head drawn, so now we're going to work on the rest of his body. So the first thing that I need is I need another diagonal line that's going to kind of come out. I'm going to do a little bit of a curve and then kind of diagonal down. And same thing over here, a little bit of a curve and then diagonal down out to the side like that. And then this is going to come over here. I'm going to stop. I'm going to pick up the end of my V and bring that down. This is like the collar of his robe. And that's going to continue back over here and end like that. This line I can bring and kind of tuck underneath that. And that's that part of him. The next part we're going to put is his arms. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a diagonal line comes out at more of an angle there. Same thing over here. And stop. Now we need to make a line over here. It's going to go up a little ways and stop. You're not going to go all the way to the cuff of the neck there. Same thing over here. Little line up and stop. Those are his sleeves. On the end of his sleeves, that we're going to do like a rolled cuff. So you need to come a shape that comes out, down, curves back around, up, and in. And then you can do this part where you just connect this with a curved line. And the same thing over here. We're going to come curve out, curve back around. This comes out with a little curve down, and it connects into that. And then this connects with a curve back to there. So now we have his cuffs. The next thing are his hands, which are almost look like claws. Yoda only has 3 fingers. So we're only going to show kind of like a finger and a thumb. So that's really easy. We're just going to do like a little curve, and then that's going to go back up in, and then we're going to do a smaller curve. It goes like that. And the same thing over here. We'll do kind of a big curve that comes out, and that's going to kind of go back in like that, and then a smaller one that goes and hits it and stops right there. And then we could show, if we do a little U here, it's going to show like his fingernail on his little claw. Same thing over here. Little U. Now, we just need to finish the body, which that's pretty easy. I'm going to do a line that comes out from here and kind of curves in a little bit. Same thing over here. Well, actually, this one I'm going to do go out. Up here, we're just going to do a line kind of like that ends, shows that where that cuff kind of meets the body. And then I'm going to bring this, flare this out again. And I'm going to do a curve that comes across the bottom. We don't see his feet because he has a really long robe. And that is the basics of the line work of drawing Baby Yoda. And now that all that's left is to change gears into coloring and color him in to finish the drawing. So I'll change views and... Okay, so I'm going to start with Yoda's head. And that's going to be... I've got a light green and a dark green. I've got a lighter pink and a darker pink. And I do have a yellow, and that's probably all I'm going to need for him. I think I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow kind of across the top here. Maybe I'll leave a tiny bit of white there. Maybe a little bit here, a little strip of white, a little bit of yellow there. There. Now I'm going to move to the light green. I'm going to do quite a bit with that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? On the ears, there should be another line that comes out like that. Sorry about that. I forgot that. That's because this part is like where his ear folds over, and the top part's green, like his face, and the inside part is the pink, like inner part of his ear. So now I want to move to the light green marker and blend that over the top of that yellow. It's minty. what do they do with his nose? Looks like they just kind of leave it. Put like a little green in the bottom and just leave the top white. There. Now I'm going to work some of this. Maybe I'll work a few little green lines into that to show maybe the texture of his head a little bit. Do the same thing here. Work a few kind of green lines into that yellow. And then I'm going to actually make color into the bottom part of this. That looks pretty cool. Let's do the same thing over here. Kind of put some lines through this yellow. And then I'm going to color in solid part of the bottom of the ear there. I like the way that looks. Now, I'm going to switch to the dark green, and I'm just going to kind of put a few little forehead wrinkles in there. There, that looks kind of cool. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Maybe I'll put a little bit kind of over here by the edge of his face. This is a little different than the Art for Kids Hub shows to do it, but I kind of like that. So I'm going to do a little bit in here, a little bit in here. It's good. A little bit of detail. I'm done. Now, do the pink part of his ears. I don't really know what's what with these, so this is a good opportunity for me to take a scrap piece of paper and kind of see what color that is before I do it on my artwork. See what color that is. Oh, this one appears darker, and the other one is lighter. So that was my little experiment. It shows me what to do. I want the dark one near the top, so I'm going to just put kind of a strip of the darker pink up there. Same thing over here. Start kind of thin, and then I'm going to make it get a little bit thicker. It goes down and in like that. And now the rest of it I should be able to do with this lighter pink. Move this over, make sure everyone's in the shot. Baby Yoda upside down. There. So, I've got Baby Yoda's head done. I'm happy with the way that looks. I'm going to stop this and we'll figure out his robe. Okay, so I experimented. I think they are using blendable markers, which these do not. But I can kind of get the effect of creating like a tan robe by using the brown, the yellow, and the orange. So I'll show you the way that I did this. I'll start like with the other collar. I'm going to do like a dark brown line along the bottom. Maybe I'll make that double thick in a few places. And I'm going to bring that kind of up a little bit along the side and kind of fade it out like that. Do a little bit in here. And I'm going to cap your markers when you're not using them. And I'm going to do some yellow across the top. And now I can bring the yellow over the top of the brown. It's not really going to blend, but it will change its color a little bit. I'm going to just do some lines that go kind of in the direction of that collar. Now I'm going to overlay the orange on top of that. Bring that up. I'm going to leave a little bit of that yellow kind of undisturbed there at the top. There. Now I'm just going to take the brown again and just do some lines in the direction that the collar is going, just kind of through that. And that's going to give it the look of fabric, and kind of those three colors together are going to kind of read as tan. There. So I would use this same technique on the rest of the robe, and then we got to talk about his hands. But I'm going to stop the video and bring it back when I have more of the robe done, and we'll finish Baby Yoda off. Okay, so I got all that colored in. He's very orange, though. He looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup, so I'm going to use the brown and kind of overlay like I was talking about with just kind of some lines here. You can use, this is a little advanced technique, but this cross hatching will kind of make it look like fabric, his robe. And I can do some lines that kind of flow with the fabric here. There, I'm happy with that. So now we just need to finish his hands, which I think I'm going to use this medium green to color in these parts, and then I can add a little bit of highlight to the nails. Maybe I'll leave a strip there for a little yellow. Same thing over here. Color this in mostly with this medium green. Get some yellow for this little strip right here. And nail. And add a little bit of lines into there. And I'll put a little bit of dark green right under the cuff for a little bit of a shadow. There. That looks pretty cool. Baby Yoda. So I'm going to sign it. Last one of 2020. Alright, there it is. So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, guys. We'll see you in 2021. Bye.